I'm going to explain what the significators that I have chosen mean. Yes, these significators are the same for each and every sign, and there is a reason for that, and I'm going to explain it in the next couple of minutes. So unless you know why I am using Temperance reversed, and you can think of it now, then please listen. And so otherwise, after that, we will jump right into the reading and see where this month takes us. All right, ladies and gentlemen, super duper quick explanation. If you go on my website, you can check much deeper explanation. Just don't want to hear the questions. Oh, you're using the same cards all over and over again. This is for those who should be listening to this and you're not. So I'm not going to answer that. So we have 7 topics. I want to find out under each of this chapter what comes out in this time frame. When I'm doing my personal readings, I'm doing it a little bit differently because then I have the personal energy. Here is sort of like mishmash of all of you coming here and picking up on your energy, so it's kind of like a little bit different. By the way, this reading isn't special. Actually, you have a double special here. One is still $50 versus 60. I'm keeping that, so I know this is kind of a pressing thing, but the second one is like speed up promo, which means that you're actually getting 1 level up. So from the regular reading, which usually takes me 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to get it within a week. If you book a rush reading, which used to take a week, you're going to get it within 3 days. And if you buy urgent reading, which used to take 3 days, you're going to get it within 24 hours. And if you're North America, maybe even the same day. So just like visit cattarot.ca and check up specials, and everything will be explained there. Let's get into this explanation. The first category, magician. Magician is magic. He can do anything. So here I want to really see what in this relationship can be created. Is this relationship actually even doable? And you know, sometimes people complain, oh my gosh, I can do a whole bunch of things, and I don't know why I cannot make this relationship working, right? But the truth is, sometimes there are like external issues that actually can affect us, and because of those issues, we cannot make it work. So here in this kind of like a column, you're going to find this out. The Temperance is reversed here for a reason, because in the upright situation, Temperance says right time, right place, right person, right situation. But here it's saying that one of these elements is missing. So we have to figure out what needs to be glued before this can move forward. Then Queen of Wands is the dating queen. The Knight of Wands is the dating king. So one of that is you. One of that is the partner that you want to know. 8 of Wands is going to tell me about the energy in between the two of you. What's happening? Is there going to be communication? Well, the Judgment is what these guys above think about this relationship. What have you done with everything that has been given to you? What if you were given all this love and were told, like, you know what, you have to learn how to communicate? Let's see what they mean. And also let's see how is this relationship progressing. So how is that? Was it super fast? So let's jump in. February and March. However, guys, this is going to apply at any time that you're listening. This is how this works. You're attracted to energy. And did you ever try to dust? Stuff comes to that feather kind of like thing. So it's going to work no matter what time you are here. So let's start. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your February-March X series. So let's see what we see here. If you haven't seen the description, this time I was like super short, even though to really know what these cards mean, you can check it on my site under X-Spread. So 2 significators, either of them can be you, or it's simply just reading the energy in between. And look at that, talking about that, the very first one is coming out first. It sounds like somebody was either straying from the relationship, or somebody was very argumentative. On the other hand, like you were maybe just waiting for the justice to come through. It's kind of really weird. We have knight, we have king, we have king. So knight of wands, 5 of wands, king of swords, all reversed, 2 of swords reversed, and then king of cups upright, king of pentacles. Who are these people? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this is a general reading, this can be generic. So king of pentacles tells me about somebody who is married. I always see this person as a married fellow, settled, and because of that, certain things cannot be built. If this is your married man that you are married to, then I think you're contemplating, trust me on this, trust me on this, you're contemplating divorce, you're contemplating breaking up, and yet you are still not able to reach the decision. You just like simply want them to maybe kind of like come through and to kind of like be the way they can be, they used to be. I mean, it looks like that you kind of like really want them to have this understanding of the situation, and almost looks like that you even maybe have called divorce or breakup just to kind of like shake them up. If this is not your man and there is like somebody else's man or a woman, then this person is sweet and nice to you, but you really have to reach the judgment in that situation. If sweet and nice is really sweet and nice, if let's say they're cheating, if let's say, you know, the boundaries are breached for this person who is really meaningful to them. Because I do see this card in the category of that says like what needs to be glued, what needs to be repaired. So this is the card of, let's say, friendly banter over here, and they're playing this game, and in this game, of course, it's a push and pull, and it's a really fine line when you push too much and somebody splatters right on the floor. So this is why archetype is establishing boundaries. It is like simply a very difficult thing in relationships, because sometimes your walls are too high, sometimes your walls are too low, and that kind of results in all this kind of like different energies in the relationship. When this is reversed, it means that somebody just like is boundless, and this is a very bad situation. This is like a child where you don't know, like it's like getting to the situation, I think you feel that you have to say everything. Don't do this, don't do this, don't do this. And it's like accumulating to too many of these things. And it's becoming really, really burdensome. And to the point that in your head, you went all the way to your head. And you're saying, you know what, I just like don't know if I can handle it. This also person that you are with could be very flighty. Could be, I am here and you should be so happy to see me, but I'm not here the next moment. This worries me that there is like this huge inability of this person to commit to a long term, and you should just, no matter how many years you're together, sometimes I have read for people who have been married for over 40 years and they have never synced, never. And life gets in the way, you get kids, you get other obligations, and then it's very kind of hard to reach realization that maybe that was not the path to be chosen. Yeah, there is like that sneaky behavior. There like still not clarity. There is like still no closure saying, I'm done with this. I think you guys are still trying. Here you are. I think you're maybe even trying to seduce the partner. The partner in its partner, he or she is going through some kind of turmoil, or when I see the Tower reversed, you see, both of you are going through a stage at this point over here. Nobody is really feeling victorious. It kind of like really feels, okay, I kind of like have to reach some kind of conclusions about what happened here or what is going on. But the Hangman means that you are still willing, or one party is willing to do certain sacrifices still. In spite of everything that is on the table, in spite of all the cards being bad, you're saying no. And this is a good or bad things, both good and bad thing about Scorpio, because you are a fixed sign. and you're also basically representing holding things together as a fixed sign. Sometimes you are too fixed, and this could be one of the situation, because like you see, the tower is a rigid structure that maybe has withheld, you know, storms and everything, but here is like this lightning that hit it, and it exposed all the weaknesses in it, and hence is falling apart. When the tower comes reversed, it means that this person is simply so set in their ways that they're not willing, and this also belongs to Scorpio and this card also belongs to Aries, because this card is calling for the changes. But what kind of changes can this person do or have when actually they see themselves as quite fantastic? Everything that happens around them, they somehow manage to blame on the others, including you. And you are kind of like really debating, like, to continue through sacrifices, to continue kind of nursing, literally nursing this relationship. But it's telling you, the Fool reversed, be very careful. This can be actually very, very, very foolish, right? Again, we have Knight of Cups. Oof, Knight of Swords. Like, you are going to have every person in this basically. Oh, this is you, Queen of Cups. Lots of people happening. You know, it is kind of weird. It is kind of really weird what is happening here. How many people here? 1, 2, possible 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is possible that literally each of you are continuously shifting. So you're continuously trying to show a different type of personalities, never kind of like meshing it together. I see Queen of Cups and King of Cups. Finally, sort of like one tarot pair showed up, but one is reversed, so not together. This is saying the conversation is going to be what it would take to really establish that your relationship can be glued, because this is the card that talks about alchemy. Alchemy is turning lead into gold. So the theory is like that angel can do that, right? So being grounded and kind of like going deep in emotions, but not maybe too deep, and kind of like creating this. But I think the partner is not responsive to that. For some reason, there's lots of resentment on this end. They actually are thinking of themselves much higher than you in this case. They can be very verbally abusive or harsh or sharp, and they have their own truth, you have your own truth. But you in this situation, I think Scorpio are more basing this entire case on emotions, and I don't like that. I really have to say I don't like this. I know you're a Scorpio, and there is this story, right, about a scorpion trying to get over the pond, the water, and he's asking a frog, can you please get me through? Frog said, I'm not crazy, you're going to sting me. Are you crazy? If I sting you, I am not going to get there, I'm going to drown. And so frog is thinking, well, yeah, actually this makes sense. Okay, hop on. So Scorpio hops on the frog, and they're like, going through the pond, and halfway through it, Scorpio stings the frog, and frog goes, hey, you just stung me. We are both going to die right now. Why did you do that? Scorpio said, I just don't know. I'm a scorpion. I just had to do it. So I think you're simply programmed as, you know, like you all get programming. You just like imagine that each basically horoscope sign is a programming card that has been put in our computer, and it is an operating system that you have. Everything else, the instances, the experiences through life can modify that. And some of us, you know, are trying to go way over what our horoscope sign gives us. Yes, sure, this is this programming. This is how we can fastest solve the problem, but this is not necessarily how we should be. So you guys are programmed to really believe that you can really go deep with emotions, and I see here this almost like fight, and even kind of like going completely out of your way. But going complete incommunicado for some reason, almost like thinking that the solution is going to just come to you somehow this way. But at some point there is this discussion, or there is like this communication. Yes, if you really love Scorpio, like nobody else deserved your presence. The interesting part is here that your partner also feels like a victim, or your partner has been really hurt recently with possibly your inability to see something. It shows that for some reason there is like this, or something is in this relationship that it shows inability to get together. Whether there is like somebody who is married, or there are like a whole bunch of other people who are present in a situation who are really not willing to push forward, right? Where the only one that you have upright is falling in the category of what needs repair, right? There are lots of people who are really against this relationship, I would say. So this is basically saying, look, this has to go back to the basic. This has to be torn apart. The healing has to happen. Some kind of, like all chakras are out of their basic alignment. They need to be worked. And also this 9 of cups over here is showing and asking, basically, you guys need to figure out which are the 9 things that you used to enjoy doing when there was nobody else, and keep doing that, because you have been going in a really bad direction over here, and it is not enough having the power of Scorpio to remedy this and to repair this. And there it is, yet another card of Scorpio, and a karma card. So this was a karmic relationship. Somebody is definitely juggling people. There is like 3-party situation happening, and rejection happening. One party definitely feels huge rejection. Another part could be juggling. So this could be lots of that, could explain all these people. And you might guys feel that this is just getting too hard, that at some point maybe you took too big of the bite, and now you don't really know how to handle it. And there is another card of yours, and this is suffering. And this suffering is kind of interesting, Scorpio and Sagittarius, and then Scorpio and Aries over here, and Scorpio here. So we have lots of very strong cards saying that the repair really has to happen, not only in one partner, but in both partners, on the outside and on the inside. It looks like that people in this situation got sick. It looks like in this people in this situation got so frustrated at turning this everything inside. You see, one partner here really feels being left out, in a cold, devastated. But this is also a card of a promise. Like it's a person who can get through, can go to the church, which is supposed to give you the refuge. So what these 2 people did, that their own community is shunning them, is a big question. So when this reverses, it's saying, yeah, right now this window is becoming a door, and you need to just notice that there is a door to get through it. So why are you not noticing the exit? Why don't you want to exit? Why is it that you guys keep going through this suffering and keep, like, it looks like both people in the situation are involved. And there is this disgust card. Scorpio, this is not going to work. Healing needs to take place. It's literally calling for it. It's coming in a karma segment, and you have a karma saying this is not going anywhere. When the judgment comes reversed, it says it is kind of really easy to see what is the right thing to do in a situation, what is the wrong thing to do in a situation. And if somebody really needs to feel like a winner and victorious, and I am so important, this relationship is never going to fly. And this is how it seems like now. And one party here is building this whole foundation on, sure, I have this sheer strength and will, I'm going to make this happen. And yet not communicating properly, shutting down, being actually very abrupt. And also it looks like there are certain things that will be happening to one party. King of Swords can be a judge that some issues are happening. So, the hangman can literally means a hangman when you're hung by your neck. And this is kind of one of those rare situations. situations when this happens. So it could be that there was some kind of decision made that you are not willing to take as final, and hence you're just like really thinking, just like thinking through it. And some signs can do it with thinking through it, Aquarius, because they belong to the swords. You guys cannot do thinking through it. Anything you can do by feeling through it. This is your thing. At some point you're doing this, but these feelings are not founded on proper ground. So you really have to ask yourself if you Scorpios are being maybe naive in the situation, being naive about how you approach this relationship, but most importantly about this partner. So let me just get one more card for you to see simply advice. And you got 7. No, I just want 1 or 2 at the most. Okay, you got 2. You got religious factors and you got honeymoon. So it could be that some of you are married, because to me it's also marriage card, or that there are rules that maybe religion sets that have been violated. So religion is basically saying these are organized rules, learn them and follow them. Majority of the people just take piecemeal. I like this, but I don't like this. So it is a problem even with religious relationships, because both partners have their piecemeal version, right? So there is like that influence sometimes that we are raised and how our parents have behaved when we become an adult. We sometimes want to replicate, and sometimes we go out of our ways to be different. So it looks like that some of you are married here, and that you're really trying to stick to this marriage because that's the right thing to do. You really, really, really have to think about it. The others, honeymoon. This card is not such a great card as it sounds. The honeymoon to me is more or less saying you're into kind of like bliss stage, where nothing the partner does can be wrong. You're just like, you're just about to drown, like you're into this like big water, like where Venus, as you know, it's sinking little by little by little, and it looks very romantic in the postcards. Try to go there. It's muddy, it's smelly, it's like, you have to really forget that when you're taking pictures, because pictures look awesome, but altogether it's kind of like interesting. So there is this angel trying to kind of get through it, and I think this is like that wishful thinking that things will kind of like get better, and that more or less maybe it's even talking about the partner, because I see this tower that kind of like to me would be the same thing. The tower reversed means you're just simply not going in a good direction. You are like building some tower that it's on a quicksand. It's just not going to work. It's like when person just doesn't want to see what is like really self-evident. So think about it, and most importantly, I would love to hear your opinion about all of that. And if you guys want this is, as I said in the beginning, this is a general reading. If you guys want your reading, contact me through my website, cattarot.ca. And I would really like to know, there are lots of people in here. I don't think I had any public reading that had that many. So I would like to know, what is this all about? Love you guys, Scorpio. I wish you all the best. You will need lots of strength in this period. Love you.